How are we looking? Look good? Alright guys, so I have a special-ish video for you guys today. This is going to be a little different, a little more laid back. Over the last few years of being on barbecue, like the rest of us, I have run across some pinch points. How's that for consultant speak? Had a meeting with the Bobs earlier. It's just some things that like we all kind of struggle with regarding organization and planning and workflow and storage. And I've spent a lot of time and money trying to figure this stuff out, and I finally over the last few years kind of come to some conclusions, some answers, some things that I've been able to solve some of these problems. And I'm not saying they're the perfect solution, but I do sometimes wish somebody had told me about this stuff earlier, because I think it would have saved me a lot of time and money. And then the moment I had that thought, I was like, you should kind of share that with, your friends on the internet, because it might help them. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go through like 5 or 6 things that, like, some of the problems I've dealt with, and then how I have solved those problems, or at least partially solved those problems, solved them for now. And, maybe you guys will find it helpful. This video isn't sponsored. I will tell you the brands and where I got stuff, but I'm not married to any of that. Like, if you like certain brands or stores better than the ones that I go to, you do you, boo. When I first got married, my wife and I had a robust dialogue about rags. Basically what it came down to is I'm not crazy about paper towels because they cost money, and most of the time they're not very good at their job. And she's not crazy about dish rags because they are a farm of fungus after a few hours, days, whatever. People leave them in their sinks for a week, and they just didn't work for her. So what we landed on was this compromise early in our marriage where we buy these white washcloths by the metric ton. So this is 18. We just bought these the other day. Got them at Walmart for $5.99. We got 18 of them. They're 33 cents a piece. We just started using these like paper towels, except obviously we wash them afterwards. And I got to tell you, like, these are so much better than paper towels. It's crazy. And when it comes to barbecue, it is so nice to have this, not just for the obvious cleaning stuff, but just having something to wipe your hands off with, to clean off your thermometers or your tongs when you get them dirty, or even other stuff. Like sometimes since they're out here, I use them as I use them as oven mitts. I'll use them as trivets to put something hot or greasy on. There's like a million different reasons. In fact, there's a bunny rabbit. In fact, I'm literally chasing squirrels. Actually, it was whatever. Who has ADD? Where was I? I'm back. The best use for these, and this is a secret that I learned from the Virtual Weber Bullet about 10 years ago. If you have a dirty, funky, nasty grill, like say you have a top vent you haven't cleaned in 10 years, like my friend Kenneth at North Texas Barbecue Addicts channel, go check him out. I don't think he's cleaned his top vent since he got it. He could take one of these, dip it in water, okay, and then light the grill, wipe this over that top vent, and it's steam. I think it's steam cleaning. It might be magic, and it will look brand new. It is amazing. I do that all the time with really dirty grills. I'm telling you, it's perfect. Just be careful you don't burn yourself. Use tongs or something. I know that was a big long sales pitch for white washcloths, and they do need to be white, because otherwise, if you use the white ones, you can wash them with anything, unless they're really funky, then you want to wash them by themselves. But if they're really funky, you just throw them away. They're 33 cents each. It's about what you spend on paper towels anyways. But yeah, we use these. They get better every time you wash them. I love it. Couldn't live without it. It's the Swiss Army knife of barbecue toys. Secondly, this is kind of a geographical problem, but we have a ton of wind here. Like, especially, this is Texas, right? So Dallas. In North Texas, it storms all spring, and if it's not springing, if it's not raining, it is windy. Like today it was 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and not because we were having a storm. It was just Tuesday, So having they call this a leaf blower, but that's being very generous. It's more like a glorified broom, but having it handy and battery operated, this is the key, just ready to go. This lives outside. I can pick it up. I can wipe everything down, get the tables brushed off. Because again, 50-mile-an-hour winds, you see like leaves and pollen and small children flying through the air. Being able to knock that down really quick, like 20-30 seconds, and just pop on a new charged battery, awesome. The reason I went with Ryobi is because it was super cheap. I knew this was going to live outside, and if something were to happen to it, you know, I didn't want to have a lot of money invested. But man, if this thing hasn't lasted forever, I've only lost one battery, and I mean, we have really hot summers and occasionally cold winters. It was a really cold spell that killed one of my batteries. Other than that, in like maybe 4 years, I've only lost one battery. So again, I did keep those dry, and I keep them out of direct sunlight, but they do live outside. So your mileage may vary. But having a leaf blower, one of the advantages of it is if you're trying to start a fire quickly, or if like your offset starts to go out and you need to get it going again. I mean, it's like a barbecue dragon on steroids. Get that fire going in a hurry. I once got a Kamado up to 800 degrees in like 5 minutes. I probably shouldn't say this is number 3. This is super, super important for me. Like, you guys, I think a bug just flew by. Prep space. I have spent a lot of money over the years on prep space, having a place to work. So like every pellet grill I've ever had, I've gotten the front table. On my offset, I got the extended front table, so I have plenty of space, because you don't just hold everything in your hands while you're grilling. You need a place to set things down and do things. A few years ago, we were at Sam's Club, and we ended up running across these Seville Classics Ultra HD tables. And again, I'm not married to that brand, but I will say it's a really, really nice table at a kind of suspiciously low price. I don't know how they do that, because it's, I don't know, a couple $100. First off, this is made to be used indoors. I decided to put it out here and just say, hey, if Texas wants to kill it, and it worked a few years before Texas does that, it would be a good investment. It's been 4 years now, and both of these tables have been fantastic. So your mileage may vary again, but it's not in perfect condition, but it like, I'll put some footage up so you can kind of see it's, you know, it's 4 years old, but it still does what I need it to do, and I'd buy another one tomorrow. All right, a good table, what you need is something that's wide, big and wide, plenty of space to work, very sturdy, preferably on wheels so you can move it around, but mainly the main thing is height. You need something that is tall enough that you can work on it without bending over, because if you start bending over, you're done. Like, but if you can stand up straight and do what you need to do, you know, you can go all day, and that is what I like about these tables. So for me, just as a point of reference, I'm 6 feet tall. That's a lie. I'm 5'11", but that's a dumb height, so I say I'm 6 feet. And this table is 40 inches tall, and that's about perfect for me. So your height may vary, but 40 inches for a 6 foot, okay, that's a lie, 5'11" person is just about perfect for me. So keep that in mind. If you don't have the money or the inclination to buy a full table, another good solution that we've all done, it works great, is to take a folding table, like one of the plastic folding tables, and just set that up. That's plenty big, plenty sturdy, but you'll need to get it up off the ground. The height thing is huge. There's some solutions to that. You can buy these little leg extenders off Amazon. I'll put a link to this below, but honestly, for, you know, a 2-inch tube or 2-inch pipe of PVC, you could make it your own height. And I mean, it's super easy to cut PVC if you haven't already, and it'd be a lot cheaper than those. But if you're not inclined to DIY it, again, I'll have that link down there. So yes, but workspace, invest in it. This is your hobby. I really don't think you'll ever regret it. Every person I know who has done this has said this is a good investment. And you can get these tables everywhere now. I've seen them at Home Depot. I've seen them at Costco. So yeah, good. Number 4, butcher paper. I use butcher paper a lot, and not just to cook in. This is white butcher paper. I use that because it's cheaper. This is food safe. You can smoke on this style. I'll put the link below. But mostly I use the white for other reasons. Like the white balance in the camera works really well with a white background, so it makes food really pop out. I'll do different projects. Usually when I'm making videos, I'll have a Sharpie. I can make little notes to myself because, as you guys know, I have the gift of gab, and I can my videos tend to be too long, so making notes is very helpful. So yeah, we use butcher paper a lot. The problem is it didn't have a place. I didn't have a place to put it out here. It kind of stayed in the kitchen, and that was, not where I was. So one day I was leaving my doctor's office and I was thinking about how doctor's offices have those chairs with the butcher paper on it, and I thought, I wonder if I could do something like that. So that's exactly what we did. Actually, I'll just show you this. So this is my butcher paper roll, or this is my regular butcher paper dispenser. All we did was strap it on with these little zip ties. This is the zip tie right here. You can see it right here. The bungee cord is here, but that's just kind of a fail-safe because I figure eventually the zip tie is going to break. I mean, this is very redneck, y'all. But hey, it does the job. This is a piece of PVC with a bungee cord. All that does is make sure it rolls through there evenly, and then on the back end, I clip these down with these little 3/8 clips. It works perfect. Like, whoop, focusing on the wrong thing. It works perfect. It does exactly what I need it to do. This is my newest little life hack. I've only been doing this for 3 months, but I tell you, it's great to be able to always have the butcher paper handy and ready and available. I thought I was going to need to put a cover on it just to keep it from getting wet, but it turns out because it's round, the water, when it does rain on it, it rolls off, and then it's a roll of paper, so it's like self-covering. It's like an onion, so whenever it gets wet, I just pull off that outer layer and everything underneath it is perfectly clean. Lastly, storage. I've spent so much money on storage over the years. I mean, it's just kind of unbelievable. Build stuff, Rubbermaid stuff. At one point, I had a party cart out here I got at Sam's Club. Shelving. The solution that works best for me. This is the 9-drawer Husky. It's the one that's usually around $400. I think I paid $350 4 years ago, or 2018. It's held up great, even though it's been outside the whole time. Again, your mileage may vary. It does not get rained on here, and it gets very little direct sunlight. So, again, keep your mileage may vary. I'll just say that. Yeah. So 9 different drawers, different sizes. This is the top drawer, the one I use the most. These are the things I use all the time. So over here, I would normally have aluminum foil, but I haven't restocked. Fire starters, pizza grabbers, or grill grabbers, depending on where you got it. Thermometers, thermopins, PAM. You see all this. This is the washcloths I was talking about, the nitrile gloves, the cotton gloves to go underneath the nitrile gloves. This is a gift from Hobo Nickel Barbecue. He made that for me. And charcoal gloves. So yeah, I use this drawer every time I come out here. And then below, I have other things, pizza stuff, like tools. This is a videography drawer. I don't really keep anything expensive out here because I'm not stupid. Even though this does lock up, which is nice, I can lock it all up. But quick release plates, clamps, things that I need to grab that I don't mind leaving out here. I have foil pans, stuff like that. Usually that's got some 9x13s in there too, but it doesn't today. And then drip pans for the pellet grill and for the offset smoker. And then there's my barbecue dragon. So all in all, this works great. This was a really good investment. It also has this nice 24x48 workspace on top. Honestly, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and if I'd have bought this first, this might be the only thing I would get, because I don't think I would need the table because of this workbench. So yeah. All right, guys. So hello. All right. So there we go. So there's some of my ideas. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you have any better ideas, please leave them below. I would love to hear them. I mean, we're like unagi, salmon skin roll. So I would love to hear your thoughts, basically. So leave them below. Please subscribe, share, all that crap if you do that kind of thing. And love you guys. See you in the next one. All right, to start out with, I'm just going to tell you, a lot of this stuff isn't rocket science. It's just basic, keep it simple, keep it stupid, keep it simple, stupid type stuff.